Death comes without a whisper, just a moment before the world ends. Click, your power grid just flatlined. In this second, you have officially stepped into the territory of the Reaper. Outside is a 30 below zero polar vortex. Inside your home is a massive freezer filled with furniture. Without the logic I am about to give you, you likely won't see tomorrow morning. I am not joking with you. This is a zero-sum game, played with heat. If you want to survive the coming ice age, I suggest you like and save this video right now, because every single word coming next might save your life in the middle of a dark night. This video could even vanish into the digital ruins at any moment. Let us cut the talk and dive straight into battle mode. You probably never realized it, but your body right now is a 100-watt biological heater as long as you are still breathing. Your metabolism is burning heat like crazy. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, even every surge of anger is generating warmth. Your metabolism is like a boiler room that stays open 24/7, but in the face of extreme cold, heat vanishes at a terrifying speed. The cold is a sneaky thief. It is lurking in the shadows, planning to rob you blind, using three cruel physical methods. The first is called conduction. When you sit your butt down on the frozen earth, the planet acts like a greedy vampire, sucking your body temperature dry through direct contact. The second is convection. Those gusts of icy wind blowing over your skin are like invisible razors, stripping away heat dozens of times faster than you can make it. The third is the most hidden. It is called radiation. Even if you do not move a muscle, your body is constantly bleeding infrared energy into the void. This is a silent hemorrhage. Your ultimate mission is not to make fire. It is to learn how to stop the bleeding in this heat crisis. If you cannot stop the loss of heat, even the thickest down jacket is just a way to keep a corpse fresh. A lot of people think the power is out, so I will just start a fire. My friend, if you do that in a modern apartment, you are just digging your own grave. Smoke will betray your location like a snitch. Light will attract trouble like a magnet. And most realistically, the wood will always run out, but your will must never flicker. Today, I am not teaching you how to play with fire. I am teaching you how to use physics, how to use trash, and how to use that head of yours that refuses to bow to death. In a frozen world, you must turn yourself into a living furnace. Listen close. If you want to survive the coming ice age, I suggest you like and save this video right now, because every single word coming next might save your life in the middle of a dark night. This video could even vanish from the digital ruins at any moment. Let us cut the talk and dive straight into this zero-sum game of heat. You probably never realized it, but your body right now is a 100-watt biological heater as long as you are still breathing. Your metabolism is burning calories like crazy. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, even every surge of anger is generating warmth. Your metabolism is like a boiler room that stays open 24/7. The problem is, extreme cold is a sneaky thief. It is lurking in the shadows, planning to rob you blind using three cruel physical methods. The first is conduction. When you sit your butt down on the frozen earth, the planet acts like a greedy vampire, sucking the body heat right out of you through direct contact. The second is convection. Those gusts of icy wind blowing over your skin are like invisible razors, stripping away heat dozens of times faster than you can make it. The third is the most hidden. It is called radiation. Even if you do not move a muscle, your body is constantly bleeding infrared energy into the void. This is a silent hemorrhage. Your ultimate mission is not to make fire. It is to learn how to stop the bleeding in this heat crisis. If you can't stop the loss of heat, even the thickest down jacket is just a way to keep a corpse fresh. A lot of people think staying warm means dressing like a giant ball. That is amateur suicide. True warmth is a multi-layered defense based on physics. First is the layer closest to your skin. It must be able to wick moisture. If your skin is wet, you are basically dead already. Water conducts heat 25 times faster than air. Wet clothes are like a block of ice strapped to your body. Remember, cotton is a survivalist nightmare. Once it gets wet, it becomes a shroud. We choose wool or synthetic fibers. Next is the insulation layer. This layer does not need expensive brand names. What we need is dead air. Air is one of the greatest insulators on this planet. As long as you can keep the air still, you can keep the warmth. This is where you can unleash your talent for collecting junk. Crumpled old newspapers, dry fallen leaves, even any scraps you find in a trash pile. Stuff them all into your clothes. You are going to turn yourself into a mobile stuffed toy. Every piece of wrinkled paper hides tiny air pockets. These air pockets are solid bastions against convection. You might look like a drifter, but believe me, when it is 30 below zero, dignity is the cheapest thing you own. The outermost layer must be a windproof shell, a large trash bag, a torn tarp, or a piece of plastic you found in a gas station dumpster. As long as it blocks the wind, it is your guardian angel. Congratulations, you now have a suit of all-weather trash armor. But that is not enough. I have a secret trick for you. Stuff your jacket with dry grass or shredded foam. Fill every single gap. Don't leave any path for the heat to escape. What does it matter if you look ugly when you are trying to stay alive? When it comes to staying warm, there is a rumor from decades ago that must be crushed. People say 90% of body heat is lost through the head. That is pure nonsense. If you go out without pants, but wear a hat, your butt is definitely going to freeze first. But covering your head is still vital because the blood vessels in your head are extremely dense. Your brain is a highly sensitive and selfish organ. Once the brain feels cold, it will force your limbs to shut down blood flow, making your hands and feet icy or even necrotic. Even worse, a drop in brain temperature causes hallucinations. You might feel a sudden surge of heat and want to take off your clothes. That is hypothermia calling your name. Don't listen to it. Keep that hat on, even if you have to sew one out of old socks. Guard your brain, because that is your final command center. If the clothing defense fails, or if you are trapped in the wild with nowhere to stay, then method 2 is your straw for survival. The debris hut. It sounds primitive, but it is actually nature's highest grade sleeping bag. No tent needed. No down comforter needed. As long as you have 2 hands, you can build a shelter in the wilderness. Find a sturdy, long branch first. This will be your spine. Prop one end against a tree trunk or a rock at about waist height. Then lean smaller branches along both sides, like ribs coming off a spine. You have now built a skeleton. Next is the most exhausting but most critical step, the filling. Go dig up leaves. Go gather pine needles. Go rip up dry moss. Pile these organic materials all over the skeleton. You must pile it thick, at least 2 feet deep. Remember, you are not building a roof. You are building an insulation layer. Pile it until you can't see the wood frame from the outside. Finally, crawl inside. It will be narrow. It will be dark. It might even be hard to breathe. It will smell like dirt and decay. But I am telling you, that is the smell of life, because the space is small enough that every degree of heat your body puts out will quickly warm the surrounding air. A proper debris hut can let you sleep soundly in a frozen wasteland, even if the wind is howling outside. The inside stays as warm as spring. The key professional advice is, don't lie directly on the ground. You must cover the floor of the hut with thick debris too. Don't let the earth act like a leech and drain your temperature. Even a layer of scrap cardboard is better than sleeping on mud. Now, let us look at a weapon with more high-tech vibes. The Mylar Burrito. That shiny blanket you see in emergency kits. Don't let its thinness fool you. It is actually a mirror that reflects heat. Your body is constantly emitting infrared rays. A Mylar blanket reflects that heat back to you. It is like staying inside a giant thermos. But most people use it wrong. They wrap it over themselves like a cape in the wind. It just falls apart as soon as a breeze hits. The right way is to use it as a middle layer, sandwiched between 2 blankets, or taped inside your jacket. You can even tape it to the walls of your debris hut, turning the space into a low-budget sauna. If you don't have a Mylar blanket, ordinary aluminum foil works too, or even a car windshield sunshade. Anything that reflects light can can be your magic tool against radiant heat loss. Science is that simple. Sometimes it is just useful, expensive trash. You must always remember, extreme cold is a professional thief, and you must be a sharp manager. At this point, if you still feel cold, we need to use some hardcore physics hacks. The water bottle radiator. This is basically the central heating system of the survival world. Don't have a heater. Make one yourself. As long as you can find any heat source, even embers that haven't fully died out, or a car hood that just stopped running. Go get a bottle of hot water. Find a sturdy plastic bottle or a metal canteen. Fill it with warm water. Never use boiling water. Or you might turn yourself into a scalded mess. Wrap the bottle tightly with an old sock or a shirt. Then tuck it under your armpit or against your belly. These two spots are your body heating core. This is like giving your body an external radiator. The heat capacity of water is amazing. It can release heat continuously for hours. When you wake up, it will be just cool enough, and you can drink it to stay hydrated, killing two birds with one stone. What if there is no hot water? No problem. You can use your own body heat to warm a bottle of cold water. Tuck it under your armpit to warm it up first. Then move it to your feet. You are now a biological heat pump, using the excess heat from your core to save your toes that are about to freeze solid. This process will drain your energy, but in the dead of a freezing night, it can stop you from losing your peripheral nerves. Now, I want to give a special shout out to another survival god, the cardboard box. Don't look down on these discarded scraps. Cardboard is absolute gold in the world of survival. It is everywhere, and its structure is amazing. The corrugated layers are full of tiny air pockets. This is a perfect natural insulation layer. If you are trapped in a city, go find those flattened cardboard boxes. Lay them on the ground, layer after layer. This effectively cuts off conduction. You can tape cardboard over windows to stop those biting drafts that get in everywhere. You can even cut cardboard and stuff it inside your jacket as a lining, like wearing a suit of cardboard armor. It might creak when you walk, and it might look ridiculous, but your perceived temperature will rise by over 5 degrees instantly. If you are trapped in a car, don't just sit there crying. Line the ceiling and seats with cardboard. Block all the glass windows. You are building a paper house inside the car. It is ugly, but it guards your heat like a fortress. Cardboard is a survivalist body armor. As long as it is there, you have one more chip to stay alive. Next, I am going to talk about a move that might be a little awkward, but in a life or death situation, it is the most effective. Huddling for warmth. This is the most primitive and greatest instinct in the biological world. If there are other survivors around you, don't worry if you know them or not. Don't worry about whatever grudges you had. Right now, you are brothers in arms in the same trench, in the face of extreme cold. Personal space is the most useless luxury. Back to back, side to side. 3 or 4 people huddled under one blanket, sharing one sleeping bag, even sharing each other's breath. This is not a joke. This is rigorous biophysics. The temperature of 2 people in one sleeping bag is much higher than 2 people in 2 bags. Animals learned this tens of millions of years ago. This is how penguins line up in Antarctic blizzards. This is how wolf packs sleep in the wild. You are not more advanced than them. If you are alone, take the fetal position. Pull your knees to your chest. Wrap your arms tight. Try to minimize your surface area. The smaller the surface area, the slower the heat loss. If you happen to have a dog, that is perfect. A dog's body temperature is usually higher than a human's. It is a mobile furnace with its own fur coat. Hold it tight. Neither of you will freeze. You might ask, why learn all these complicated tricks? Is it not easier to just start a fire? My friend, fire is charming, but fire is also extremely fragile. It needs constant feeding of fuel. It needs oxygen. In rain and snow, it is like a spoiled brat. It goes out as soon as you look away. And in extreme environments, light will make you a target. In a chaotic world with no power, the last thing you need is others eyeing your supplies. But your body is different. It is your most loyal comrade. As long as you have one breath left, It is fighting for you. You just need to feed it, give it enough water, and most importantly, put on its thick insulation armor. The essence of survival is not about creating more heat. It is about guarding the heat you have. It is like a leaking bucket. The speed you patch the leaks must be faster than the water flowing out. When the long night falls, when the cold pours into the city like a tide, you are not shivering. You are playing a game. You are using cardboard, using fallen leaves, using Mylar, racing against the clock with the Grim Reaper. Your core body temperature is your chip. As long as your brain is clear, as long as the boiler room hasn't gone out, you are the winner of this game. I have talked about so many practical methods, but the core is still your mindset. Many people did not make it through the snow, not because their gear was not good enough, but because their hearts froze first. Once you start to despair, once you start to doubt yourself, your brain will give up the fight. Your metabolism will slow down. You must stay angry. Keep that stubborn that refuses to surrender to the heavens. That survival instinct that borders on vengeance will make your blood flow faster and fill every cell with vitality. Remember, you are not suffering passively. You are using the laws of physics to fight this unfair world. Every piece of crumpled newspaper, every scrap of cardboard you found is a mockery of death. As long as you can make it through the first night, as long as you can see the sun rise the next day, you are no longer that shivering wretch. You are a powerhouse who has mastered the survival code. In this cold world, you will not just survive. You will outlast everyone. If you are sitting in a warm room right now, watching this video, please remember these seemingly stupid moves. In this era of uncertainty, no one knows when the grid might play a prank. If you think there was enough value today, or if you have your own stories of surviving the cold, please tell me loud and clear in the comments, or share a warm tip you think is most useful. I want to see how many survival experts are hidden among our fans. If the likes pass 50,000, I will immediately arrange the next episode, teaching you how to use urban trash to make even more advanced survival tools when there is no food or water. We don't just want to be strong, we want to be smart. Remember, you are that eternal furnace. Don't let the cold steal your warmth. See you in the next video as we search for the survival truths hidden away together.